So I finished the Destiny 2 Edge of Fate campaign last night, and I wanted to share a few thoughts about it because I got to be honest with you. I don't get the hype. Not even a little bit. Now, if you don't want to see a negative Destiny video, I get it. Just shut it off now. I'm going to go into this a bit, and you're probably halfway into an angry comment already about how I fell off or got old. Both are true. I'll save you the time. Now that the rest of us adults are here, I wanted to talk about how this is probably one of the weakest campaigns I have ever played. Compare what we just did in Edge of Fate to Gaul in Red War or something else. Spoilers are coming up, everybody. In Edge of Fate, we answer a distress call to stop an energy source from blowing up Kepler. We stop it. We get a cryptic message at the end saying to bind the nine. Who are the nine? Why do I care? Who am I even fighting against, really? Maya Sundaresh again? The story is convoluted, full of filler, full of tedious puzzles. We'll get to that later. But the point is, it doesn't really work. They are pulling on or introducing too many threads, some of which are great, like the Ikora bit, but it lacks a compelling drive to keep playing Destiny, period. So compare that to Red War. Gaul shows up, destroys the tower we loved, destroys the ball, remember that? Kidnaps the main character, kills that main character, blows up all our shit, almost kills us, takes away our light, kicks us off of the tower, and he almost succeeds in destroying the Traveler. Need something more recent? Final Shape. Every single character we've met teams up to kick the shit out of the Witness, and it culminates in an epic Avengers Endgame style cutscene where Zavala leads the charge to end the Light and Darkness saga for all. And in Edge of Fate, a planet might blow up. A planet and people we have no emotional investment in whatsoever. Remember when Titan, Io, and Mars were deleted? We had emotional and financial investment there. Here, we're introduced to an alien race that can only talk through text bubbles, something that has me more worried about Bungie's production budget than the aliens, and Lodi, who is some dude who answered the weird phone and traveled through time. Look, I watched the Bife video, I get what happened, but having played it, I do not think this story was engaging. The Rasputin story was more engaging than this. If there was a story that this should have been about, you say it with me. It should have been about Ikora. Why do we care about anything happening on Kepler? We're told an extinction level event needs to be prevented at the end of the campaign. Why aren't we told that at the beginning? And at the end, how do I connect to that as a player? There's no big bad really to be angry at. There's no Taken King. There's just Maya Sundaresh, who's been kind of around for a while being an annoying dick. The through line should have been Ikora, because you can connect to that. But they just didn't go there. Instead, we're supposed to care about Lodi, who's just some guy. Sure, 3 uses him to speak through and give us one warning before 3 dies again. But all this other stuff, it's so weak. Who exactly is the big bad I'm supposed to be against here? Some Archon I've killed a dozen times? During the raid weekend, we saw a peak of 1/3 the player base of almost any other major release. The gear drops are all messed up. There's a new leveling system that throws a lapsed player like myself into the deep end. Yeah, sorry, but most players aren't reading every TWID and watching every live stream. It's through and through the messiest release Bungie has ever done. Oh, and the Matter Spark? Oh my goodness. What a badly designed puzzle mechanic. If you don't get whiplash when it's activated, you'll get whiplash of boredom from doing the puzzles. Half the frickin' time, I'm just looking around for some sort of visual cue, and the level design just makes it hard to spot in a few of the instances where these puzzles are introduced. And overall, it's kind of cute, but just doesn't feel fun in execution. Most times, you're rolling around as a ball, trying to solve a puzzle. You stop being a ball and you shoot thing, then shoot boss. It's bare bones, basic stuff. I think they're never going to use this mechanic again. I think this was a shiny new toy to show off in trailers, and they just didn't do enough with it. Sure, you can explode shields later, and that one boss fight where we use it in a neat way was kind of cool, but I don't see this standing the test of time. Mattermorph, it's a lot better than the thing that I don't like very much because you get to reshape the arenas you play in, and that's kind of a neat mechanic. But what does that actually amount to? Moving some rocks to shoot a thing or moving a pipe so that you can complete a puzzle? And then there's the teleportation that also has potential, but they never go full Portal or Portal 2 with it. The craziest thing I did was teleport through a death laser and then land on my platform by jumping a few times to land on it. I did it my first try accidentally. Instead of regularly doing cool things with these tools, they chose to make you use them at moments in the campaign that just grinds all storytelling to a dead halt. Like in the middle of a boss fight, I will often clear the entire arena and then just dumb myself around the map until I solve a puzzle. Do a DPS phase, and then it's right back to puzzle solving again. It is not well done. And I wanted to just enjoy the story, so I played through on normal, and there's never any feeling of danger. I played other campaigns on normal, and the pressure felt like it was there. I never had a chance to just stop. Nothing's happening. I'm just stopping, looking around the map, being like, okay, where's Mattermorph? Where's the spark thing? All right, and then I'm supposed to go in there. I'll try that and see what happens. It's so weird. And sometimes I know the solution, but because I went to the wrong node first, I had to check all three of them and then find the one the game wanted me to break first. Like, come on. Some things I'm looking for, just to be positive for a second, some things I'm looking forward to post-campaign. The missions where I get to know Drifter and Ikora a little more, those are all over the map, and I'm excited to play them. There's a new exotic quest. Those are usually cool. People seem to like the new raid, even if I think they're getting to be a touch too much with the mechanics. I was trying to do like a song thing. Even if they're getting to be a touch too much with the mechanics in dungeons and raids, I'll give them that one. But overall, this was a huge miss in my opinion. The post-game stuff seems interesting, but the chatter online is about a mountain of bugs they are fighting, including very important things like where the cool new loot drops versus the old garbage loot that doesn't have enhanced perks, timed materials for leveling that are just going to go away, level resets at the next season. These are honestly bugs and problems that will erode the hardcore, and it will overwhelm the casual like me who will just call it a day after the campaign. I have never felt this apathetic after a story. I don't know what's propelling me forward right now in Destiny, and Destiny has never left me with such an uninteresting narrative hook before. Even Curse of Osiris teased Saint 14 at the end, and I did not like Curse of Osiris. What's our tease here? An ethereal set of beings we need to bind in order to stop an extinction event we know even less about? Yeah, sorry, I just don't get the hype on this one. Maybe it's the raid race high. Maybe it's the new stuff to do for the hardcore players. You know, when they're not deactivating it because it's bugged. But we've already seen a drop of like 25,000 players given today's peak when I'm recording this. We're a week after launch. That's 1/4 the players on SteamDB. And that is not a good sign for a game that needs a community to survive. To compare to something like Final Shape, that took a month to drop 25% of its players. And Edge of Fate is already on the back foot with a peak of 108,000 players on SteamDB. That is 1/3 the peak of any of those other expansions. And here's my harshest take. I think players know that Final Shape was the time to stop playing. And I think they feel like the second best time to stop playing is now. There's less at stake than ever before. And this gear reset feels like all my gear is garbage now. Do I really want to grind another 2,000 hours to build back up my loot in this new system that's going to reset my progress every season? Not particularly. Not without a Destiny 3 level reset. And I think they would have been a lot better off doing that. But they've got to split their time between this and that other game that isn't showing good signs of progress. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm going to go play more Destiny 2 now and see if I change my mind. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Wow. Yeah, I am not normally this pessimistic. Like I've had my sour takes on Destiny. I just don't get this one. Big thank you to Chris Freddy, Philoroni, Spingator, and Aries EMS. I'm going to get out of here. If you want to see my collector's edition, the collector's edition is great. The collector's edition they sent me is really cool. Check that out. Yeah, I don't expect this video to do any traffic. This is going to be like another 1,000 view video, but I just want to share my thoughts on Destiny. So there they are. Bye.